Hey folks, good afternoon. I just figured we should knock this out, get it out of the way before everything starts. The uh, the debates are tonight, or the debate is tonight. We'll see whether or not that even comes off, because you know, Sleepy was with Governor Blackface, and then Governor Blackface popped positive, so he's got an excuse. I guess the Biden camp has also backed out of their agreement. They were agreeing to an earpiece check before he came in. And they had done that a couple of weeks ago. Put the kibosh on that too. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Ron Paul's back. Thank God Ron Paul's back, and he looks good. I'm glad it was just a TIA versus like a full-blown stroke. He looks really good. Happy to see him back. Love Ron Paul. But on the show today, he mentions that statistically, the guy who does best in the first 15 minutes of the debate usually wins all the debates. That's the public opinion. So, first 15 minutes of the first debate, that guy usually does best. And I'm sure Trump's team is on top of this, because if Ron Paul's team is on top of it, and you know, the Biden people have been setting this up forever, so it got me thinking. If I'm Trump, here's what I do. He's going to wear his earpiece regardless. The problem I have with this is, if somebody is feeding Biden the information, then I don't want Biden there. I want the person who knows the answers up on stage. They can't do that. It's got to be Biden. Besides, it's probably a team of friggin' people fact-checking like friggin' mad. This is who they're stuck with. They got to make them look good. I get it. I understand. The earpiece thing is a cheat. Now, if he said he was hard of hearing and it was a hearing aid, why wouldn't you let it be inspected? So, the President of the United States is showing up at this place, this hall, to debate the front runner for the Democrat Party for the seat of the President of the United States. It's a pretty big thing. Even if there's nobody in attendance, there's still going to be security out the ass. Secret Service has probably been there since yesterday, securing the site, sweeping the site, making sure everything's clean. You have to remember, Trump's gotten death threats since the first day he took office. You know, the lunatic from Canada that mailed him fucking ricin. She's a rocket scientist. Yeah, Trump opens his own mail. Who else would open Trump's mail? Neither here nor there. That got me thinking. Secret Service has to be there. They have to be tearing that place apart. Not to mention the local bomb squad and everybody else. They'll run it as a tiered system. They'll bring the dogs in. The dogs will go first. Then, finally, the last sweep through is going to be the big guys to make sure that none of the lower guys were corrupted and missed anything. It's the way I would run it. It's the sensible way to do it. Yes, you're going to triple and quadruple check over and over again. If Trump got blown up, you know, fuck this country would be, right? Biden's camp wants to cheat. They want him to use his earpiece. They need him to have his earpiece, like when you see him in interviews. Bombard's body language, I love them. She does a great job. She tore him apart last week, but because she said, okay, now watch. You can tell when they're talking to him, because they'll say the first three words, pause. During the pause, the person in his ear will load the next three words, and he'll pause, and there you go. And you watch it, and he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then he drifts off into a story, so they told him, okay, Joe, tell the story about whatever, and this way he at least looks semi-natural. Now me, if I'm Trump, and they don't want Joe using his earpiece. Well, we know it's not hardwired, it's radio frequency. And I can tell you right now, when those guys from the bomb squad and stuff go in to sweep, they'll be looking for passive radio frequency everywhere. Because that's how you set off the IEDs and shit. You've seen it in movies, but it happens in real life too. These guys set them off of fucking cell phones. And they just call the number and boom. So there should be a cell phone jammer in place regardless, but you should also have a scanner up. Because you need to scan for non-approved frequencies entering the building. It doesn't have to be a cell phone. It could be one of those little ham radios. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. There's all kinds of ways for them to rig this shit to explode. Well, if Joe Biden's camp doesn't actually give up the approved radio frequency for the communication to his earpiece, block it. Scanner will pick it up. Even if it's encoded, you're still going to see the energy, the frequency. Block it. Right? Although, I'm going to be a real prick. I would be that real prick. Bring his earpiece in. Let him get all set up and get comfortable. The Secret Service guys in the back, making sure that everything's clean. Okay? They don't want to give up the frequency because they don't want it jammed. That's fine. What do I care? What I would do, squizzy. Feedback loop. You know, when you put the microphone too close to the speaker and you get that horrible noise, and it's worse than fingernails on a chalkboard because it crawls right up your spine. You have Joe digging in his ear to pull that shit out on national television in front of millions of people. Shit. You'll have it on the internet, which is where most people are going to watch a debate anyway because there's less bullshit involved. In front of hundreds of million, if not a billion people. How fucking hysterical would that be? Joe's fine. He's great. He doesn't have a problem. And again, I'd let him get in for a little while. I'd let him get his feet set and comfortable. Right at, I guess, about minute 10 or 11, feedback loop. Make that fucker scream in his ear so he has to pull it out on national television. So you're still within that sweet spot window before people turn it off, because people have short attention spans, because we've been programming people to have shorter attention spans by the moment. We just are. I mean, cell phones are the worst fucking thing on the planet. People... I'm going to kill the idiot who almost hit me today because he was on his... I think it was a he. I don't remember. Little Prius, no less. On his cell phone, in a rush, cutting me off on the left as I'm pulling into a left turn lane. I had my fucking blinker on. And this idiot's... Fuck you, dude. I drive an old truck. You want to hit me with your Prius? You think a shit bigger than your Prius this morning. And it's probably tougher on top of it. Neither here nor there. We're conditioning people to have extremely short attention spans, and you notice I can never stay on target for too long. I'm just as big a friggin' victim. I would, though. I would do it. I would run that feedback loop right through Biden's fucking ear hole. Just so it looks good on television. But I'm a prick like that. Plus, I as much as I hate politicians in general, I'm really not a big fan of the Democrats and the Uniparty, and that's who Joe represents. He doesn't represent anybody other than that. Piss off, fly, or I'm going to make you dead. Alright, folks, that's 10. We're out of here. I finally got one short enough. Yeah, I wonder what it is, though. I'm not going to do the debate thing. There's plenty of people live streaming it. You don't need to hear that shit from me. Plus, odds are I probably won't watch it till tomorrow anyway. Just saying. Thanks for swinging by, folks. Appreciate putting some eyeballs on here. New folks, thanks for swinging by. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Trump does. He's a gutter fighter, so he comes out swinging, it might be interesting, but I'm pretty sure they told him, don't look like you're abusing grandpa. It's going to hurt us in the long run. On the other hand, I really want to see Biden challenge him to a push-up contest, and then Biden will win the push-up contest because he does the most jumping jacks. Joe Biden. Adios, folks.